The way to sainthood. Walking on the road to sainthood is not about perfection but about transformation. It's a journey of becoming more like Christ in our thoughts, words, and actions. Saints were ordinary people who chose to live extraordinary lives of faith, love, sacrifice, and obedience to God. They struggled like us, faced temptations, fell, but got up again with God's grace. If we desire to become saints, the path is open for each one of us. Here's how we can walk on this sacred road. Number 1. Deep personal relationship with God. The first and most important step is to develop a deep and intimate relationship with God. Saints were men and women of deep prayer. They spent time in silence in the presence of God, listening His voice and surrendering their will. Personal prayer, reading the Bible, attending Mass regularly, and receiving the sacraments are powerful ways to grow close to God. Without prayer, we cannot hear God's voice, and without His voice, we cannot walk His path. Number 2. Daily conversion of heart. The road to sainthood is a daily journey of saying yes to God and no to sin. Saints were not sinless, but they were always repentant. They examined their conscience daily, confessed their sins, and made sincere efforts to grow in virtue. Working towards sainthood means choosing to forgive, to love when it's hard, and to be patient in suffering. It means dying to self and allowing Christ to live in us. Number 3. Live the gospel radically. Saints took the gospel seriously and lived it with boldness. Jesus said, "Whatever you did to the least of my brothers, you did to me." Saints saw Jesus in the poor, the sick, and the lonely, and the rejected. They served with compassion. Walking on this road means putting our faith into action, loving God with all our heart, and loving our neighbor as ourselves. Number 4. Embrace suffering with faith. Suffering is a mysterious but essential part of sainthood. Saints did not run from suffering but embraced it as a way to unite themselves with Christ's passion. Whether it was physical pain, rejection, humiliation, or loneliness, they offered it all to God. We too must learn to see our suffering not as burdens but as opportunities to grow in holiness. Number 5. Humility and obedience. Pride is the enemy of sanctity. Saints were humble. They recognized that everything they had came from God. They obeyed God's will even when it was difficult. They were faithful in small things, trusting God in all circumstances. Obedience to church teaching, spiritual direction, and God's commandments is a mark of a saintly soul. Number 6. Perseverance in the journey. Sainthood is not a one-day achievement, it's a lifelong process. Saints persevered with hope. They never gave up. They kept walking even when the path was difficult. So must we. Number 7. Trust in God's mercy and grace. Finally, the road is sainthood is walked not by our strength but by God's grace. We must learn to depend on His mercy and ask for His help daily. Saints were people who trusted in God's love and knew that He never gives up on anyone. To walk on the road to sainthood is to live with purpose, rooted in love and truth. It is to let Christ shape us into His image. We are all called to be saints, not just in heaven but here on earth. The journey may be difficult, but with God's grace, every step brings us closer to eternal joy.